Alright, today I am painting without a plan. And this is sometimes the most creative you can be. So what I like to do when I don't have a plan is just kind of make random marks, random colors, just kind of play around just for a bit until I find something I like. I could even go bigger with this. Just kind of mix some colors up. Sometimes using a brush that's a little more chaotic can help add to that effect too. There's kind of a brush that I made out of another one. It's kind of just a scattered version. So I'm kind of getting some purpley pink stuff here. And you can't really expect a good painting all the time, especially when you work this way. Sometimes it's randomized and you don't really know what you're doing. You just kind of put in things and then kind of let your mind figure it out from there. Kind of like looking at a cloud. Where you see a cloud and sometimes you see things inside of the cloud that give you the ideas of what you could paint. Or not. Or just ideas of what it could be or what it looks like. Because sometimes you look at a cloud with your friend and like, oh, I see a dog. And they're like, no, I see elf riding a jackalope. Or just something ridiculous. The more ridiculous ideas you have, probably the more creative you are. Just because you just imagine things that most people wouldn't imagine. But that's kind of an interesting thing for artists, is everybody sees the world slightly different. So sometimes your ideas just come to you and you can just figure it out. So I'm kind of just sculpting in some shapes. Kind of saw a tower forming here. I don't really want to get like too into details right away, because once you start doing details, you don't really want to paint over them. But sometimes it's better for your artwork or painting to just get rid of it. So I'm kind of seeing kind of like a swirly cloud looking. Not swirly, but kind of a dark looking scene, but with a little light towards the bottom. So I kind of want to make it kind of rainy. Not rainy, but kind of stormy looking. The colors I select here kind of look almost alien, because you don't normally see these colors, so this is kind of leaning itself to more of a sci-fi or fantasy sci-fi. I was seeing like a tower here. I like drawing towers and castles and stuff. Maybe I should go deep into learning how to draw them. I have dabbled a little bit with castles and stuff. This kind of looks a little phallic. So maybe we'll just add some more stuff to this to give it a little less of that look. But usually there's like an overhang on towers like this. Let's maybe put in a little, I'm kind of getting into some details right now, but I probably, when you work this way, you want to let kind of happy accidents, like, get your ideas flowing. I think that's not really a good compositionally placed tower. It's a little too high. But sometimes you don't have to follow the rules. Sometimes it's better to break the rules. lets you come up with new ideas. Usually you divide things by the thirds and then find where they overlap. So the tower right here would be a little better, but that's not what we're doing. Maybe something that crosses over here. Maybe this will turn into like a village or something. Generally things get darker the closer they get to the viewer. I usually, when I'm looking at a painting, I tend to think of it as a camera, especially when I'm trying to do a scene. Think of where someone would look where they were standing, where their eye level is, because people can make more sense of that easier. You don't have to do a crazy foreshortening. Sometimes it's fun to do that, but you have to be very precise with that. If you're not, it's just gonna look off. What is it doing? I was thinking like a town here. And this kind of artwork's a little easier to do while you talk, because you kind of just think about things as you go. Maybe I'll make it a little foggy down here. Make that bridge seem scary to cross. I think if I'm going to do buildings, I'm going to put them in with a different shape. Kind of go in with a round brush and turn on some scattering. Might not be able to see this so much. And then I'm just going to kind of just sprinkle in some dots. So this is not exactly what I was thinking, but we're going to go with it and see what we come up with. I think I want to turn the opacity down and just kind of... I was trying to think of these as more of a lights, but they're kind of... See how that looks. It's a little better. Kind of a particle effect. But we're going to go with it. Maybe these are just plants down here that are just kind of like glowing. Like spores coming up. Now I could save that brush. Here's the ones I normally use. A few custom ones down here. Here's a grass one that I made. So let me make kind of a cool effect foreground. It's not... You can obviously see the repeat in the pattern, but sometimes that's okay, because usually you go back in and paint over it and whatnot. But maybe these are seeming so big because I had it really big. Oh yeah, this painting it's fine. There's nothing crazy about it. I'm not really sure how to like place in some buildings here, but could do some roofs. This seems kind of more like fairy tale setting almost. You have the buildings come back in like that. And a little color to them. Maybe this would be like a chimney in a building that's a lot closer. Maybe there'll be like a door here or something. Kind of just imply stuff. It's more of the painterly approach to it. And that's kind of what I like doing because I'm kind of lazy. But sometimes I do like to get in and really render stuff. But this is just kind of like a new format of video I just wanted to try out and just draw, paint, just go in without any plans. And sometimes it's the most freeing way to go because it's just like, don't care. I don't care if this is going to come out bad. Kind of liking the direction it's going. I think this house in the foreground is like right here is going to be our new focal point. Should probably put some figures in here, but that is one of my weaker skills. If I can just draw like a little silhouette of someone standing in the grass or something, just to give the sense of scale. Because everybody compares themselves to what other people's heights are. People understand what a person looks like and how big that is. Like, or just an average person. Usually that can help really sell the scale. Everything seems one-sided right here. So maybe if we went through and took this top part off, retransform, and then flip it. I'm probably gonna have to take a break from this. I want this to go for like 20 minutes, but distort it a little bit to kind of fit. It's kind of making the tower look a little taller, which is okay. Deselect that. Kind of lost the tip of that roof. We'll paint it back in. Kind of lost this bridge as well. Kind of trying to stick to the purple, yellow color scheme with a little blue in the background. So maybe if I wanted these clouds to be a bit more stormy, I can get my brush back. I should make them a bit darker. I wanted to make it look like it just rained or it's about to rain. I think it with this fog down here, I'd make it seem more like it just rained. It's just kind of the mist coming up. And then drawing smoke or clouds or fog can really sell the scale of things. I think by making this tower bigger, we made it look like it's closer. So what I'm going to do is turn down the opacity of my brush pretty low. Kind of paint over that to give it more of that sense that it's further away. Because I want it to seem like it's further away. Turn it back up because I want to bring this back up. This mountain or valley side. Kind of a mountain. These very steep hills. I'm going with a village, but it seems like there's only like a shed. Maybe this is like a wizard's tower or something. Gotta let your imagine. That's the fun part about this process of just going in without a plan. Is you just kind of have fun and just think of like what could be going on in this world. This is kind of giving me a sense of like a little uneasiness feeling I'm getting from here with the fog, but also kind of peaceful at the same time. Sometimes having that duality of things sell a story or send some emotions, or people can get different reactions about it just depending on how you're feeling in the day. It's kind of it's just, I don't know, it's kind of comforting but also a little scary. And these little lights could be like little bugs, like lightning bugs or something, just kind of just being there. Okay, maybe we'll have like a little bridge here that kind of slants down. try and get rid of these. These little sticks poking out. And I want to try using another one of my custom brushes I made. Been really getting into figuring out how to make them. Let's see, where is it? I made like a tree. I want it to be full opacity. Nothing wrong with the opacity, but then I want to... I'm not always the fastest with my tools. I'm gonna put in a tree there. It's a little too dark. A little brighter. Not too bright. Let's color pick from here. So I'm going to make that on a separate layer. Do that. And then I'm going to duplicate the layer. Then I'm going to set that. I don't know if this will show up, but set that to multiply. And merge it down. And I'll leave that on a separate layer for right now. And kind of finish painting out this tree. It wasn't the cleanest brush that I made. There's still like some parts where some of the lines aren't quite connected. So I think I'll go back. It was kind of just a test brush that I was making. I think I did this yesterday. But it kind of gives you like the base for a tree without having to completely make up one from scratch. I think we're gonna wanna lighten that up a bit actually. And then what I can do is make a clipping mask and go in with another brush and kind of repaint this area without the tree is going to be a little darker than the grass. I'll merge that down. Alright, this is pretty cool. I haven't really worked with a lot of custom brushes before. But I think I'm starting to figure it out. And get my grass brush. I'm gonna put it on the same layer. You make it smaller to kind of cut down some of the grass in different areas without really losing its texture too much. Right, so it's all on one layer now. Which I don't know if I'll regret that or not. But I'm just going to keep moving on. Kind of went over the 20-minute mark. I don't know if I'll publish this as a video. I might just put it up, see what people think. It might not do so well. But I kind of want to try and do maybe more laid-back type of content. This is kind of just a rough sketch. Maybe I'll go through and finish it. Or like clean it up a little bit. Put some of that in there. Sketching the roof. But I think I'm going to call it there. This is just kind of rough sketching. This is not meant to be a finished painting. But I just want to do maybe like a real life demo type, or real time demo. But yeah, I'm going to call it there for now. But maybe I'll continue working on this. I don't know if this will be a video or not. I might decide not to do it, or just keep it, or put it up for temporary. And just wanted to chat. Maybe I'll edit this up a little bit and skip through some things, but I just thought it'd be kind of therapeutic to paint and talk. And let me know if you want me to do more of these, or just kind of do live, real-time painting and just chit-chat. I mean, I could do these as live streams too. That might even work better for this style of content. See you later. Maybe I'll continue this as like a series. Shouldn't have merged that down because I want to work on this bridge some more.